If you're looking for weight loss hypnotherapy in Newark on Trent, then Balance Hypnosis can maybe help you with your problem. Weight loss is a much more complex area than many people believe. People assume that when they come to a hypnotherapist, we should see them for an hour, swing some watch or magic wand, and the person will walk out and lose lots of weight instantly. It doesn't quite work like that. Our weight loss hypnosis is relatively complex. It's a form of therapy, and our sessions normally take place for around 3 to 6 sessions, depending on how much you've got to lose. And during those sessions, we'll work with you to look at a number of different issues that are created because of overeating. Every client that we see will have very, very different reasons for why they have a problem with eating. And one of the common ones that we see is sugar addiction. Now, with the case of sugar addiction, we often find that our clients aren't massively overweight who have this problem. Typically, they may be of an average weight or maybe 1 or 2 stone overweight. But their problem is that they're eating sugar morning, noon and night. And that doesn't just cause a problem with their health, but if you think about it, your teeth. We've had clients where their teeth are virtually falling out and they've needed dentures, all kinds of issues created because of their cravings for this sweet stuff. And very often the cravings for sugar are linked with love, things from the past. For example, your parents always giving you sugar as a reward when you've done well, and the brain starts to accept that every time now that you feel that you deserve a reward, then sugar is something that you turn to. Or maybe you have too much stress in your life. Sugar is used as a bit of a pick-me-up. So when we deal with sugar addiction clients, typically we start with a 3-session program, unless those clients have got more than 2 stone to lose. We also work with clients who suffer from emotional uncomfort eating. Now, these are the kind of people that when they get home in the evening, they've had a bad day at work, and they find themselves eating maybe before they've had their evening meal, and even after they've had the evening meal, when they're no longer hungry, they're still picking around in the fridge and eating the wrong kinds of food, so that extra chocolate, bigger portions. Usually emotional uncomfort eating starts in childhood, not in every case, but in a good percentage of cases. And those patterns will have been set so that the child will have learned that every time they felt upset or stressed, that they'll have reached for maybe a biscuit or a sweet or something to try and comfort themselves. And that habit has just carried on into adulthood. We often look at our clients and help them discover what the underlying causes are of their problem. Where did it come from? And then help you find methods to change the behavior. Typically, emotional uncomfort eaters tend to be more than 2 stone overweight and could have significant weight issues. Usually, we'll see those clients for a minimum of 5 sessions, with sessions taking place 1 to 2 weeks apart. As part of our program, we certainly look at portion sizes, and we work with our clients on understanding mindful eating. Mindful eating means paying attention to the food that you're putting in your mouth and understanding why you may be emotionally craving a food rather than having a real hunger for that food. It's also teaching you to create balance in your life, having a balance of flavors. We do not ban any food on our work that we do with our clients, and as you see from this picture, there is chocolate and sweets included, as well as healthier fruits and vegetables, dairy, protein and carbohydrates. We do not cut out any food groups. Instead, we're helping you to create a balance so that you aren't eating too much of one food group and not enough of another. We help you to understand where your food cravings are coming from, and then to give you tactics to try and change your need for that food at the time. Often that food need is only for a very short period of time, and you may not even realize why it's happened. So let's imagine that you've just gone to the supermarket and you've had a row with someone. I cannot connect that when you get home an hour or so later that you're reaching for the fridge and some food in there to try and make make yourself feel better because of the upset that you feel. You've probably sort of half forgotten about it, but your subconscious hasn't. And that craving is there, is designed to quell that anger, that annoyance, that stress that you're feeling. We help our clients learn to say no to those food cravings, and they'll soon pass, and before you know it, you'll have forgotten all about that need for the food in the first place. We also work with clients for binge eating. Now, believe it or not, binge eating will not involve any form of weight loss hypnosis. Now, that sounds daft because people will say, I'm binging too much, I want you to make me lose weight. But that is half their problem. Binge eating is typically fueled by too much dieting, stress, and perfectionism, that need to be perfect. And what will happen is you've created a cycle where the more you eat, the more you start to feel bad about yourself. That gives you bad feelings, low self-esteem. It impacts on your need for that perfectionism. So you resolve to diet even harder, and before you know it, you can't manage it and you start to binge on foods, whether that be chocolate or crisps or whatever it is that you've got to hand. And that becomes a cycle. So trying to cut out the food groups, binging, and that goes on day after day. We are there to help our clients break the cycle, and that means no dieting involved at all, but dealing with the underlying cause of why the binging is there in the first place. We have so many kinds of weight loss hypnotherapy that we do that every client is unique. So if you feel that you'd like help with us or would like to discuss any of our programs, then just give us a call. We can be reached on 01 636 650 521. And as well as our clinic in Newark on Trent, we also have clinics in Nottingham itself, in West Bridgford. So call today for weight loss hypnotherapy in Newark.